So today interesting topic. But before starting the topic, I will ask you some questions. Just give me an answers and raise your hands. Tell me if you want to go to a trip and you pack your bags, will you pack your bags in a systematic manner or in a haphazard manner?
Systematic manner.
Systematic manner.
Yes, we will pack our bags in a systematic manner. Because if we will pack our bags in a haphazard manner, it will lead to wastage of spaces. Tell me, what is more important in an organization? Manager, worker, or both?
Both.
Yes. Both are very important in an organization because both plays an important role. What do you think in within an organization is cooperation good or a competition is good?
Cooperation.
Yes, within an organization, cooperation is good. But if we talk about the outside the organization, we can say that competition is important. My last question for you is a trained person will perform better job or an untrained person will perform a better job?
Trained
Trained
person.
person.
Yes, very good. A trained person will perform a better job because he knows what to do and how to do better than the untrained person. Students, these all are the principles of scientific management in layman terms. And today we will do these principles in words of Taylor. But before that, I will explain you the meaning of principle of management. Open your notebooks and write down the meaning of principles of management. Principles of management are general guidelines. Yes, principles of management are general guidelines for achieving objectives. Students, principle of management are the guidelines through which the organization work their performance. For example, if we say in an organization, the principle is the organization needs to clean and meet their environment. It is in a guideline for the other employees that they need to perform the job according to this. Second guideline may be that that they will uh, that they will value the customs or cultures of all type of organizations, or we can say of all type of regions. So this is also the guideline of the organization. Different organizations have different guidelines for performing the activities. So the all the employees need to perform according to these guidelines so that they can achieve their objectives. The principle of management guidelines are not rigid. These guidelines, students, are not rigid, they are flexible. We can change these guidelines according to the environment. As we know, in a business environment, it is very dynamic environment. We need to change according to the environment. So these principles also changes according to the environment. That why they are not rigid. These guidelines are decided on the basis of experimentation and observation. Firstly, the organization observed that in a neat environment, the work done is better than the unneat environment. So they make a guideline that we will perform in a neat environment. So they make all the guidelines according to the experimentation and observation done. After that only the guidelines are made. There is a difference between science, principle of science and management. In students' science principles, they are very rigid. In these principles of science, they are rigid. They are not changes. For example, we say that apple will fall from top to the bottom. They are rigid. It will not change. But principle of management is flexible. They changes according to the need of the environment. Science principles are only applied as it is. It cannot be changed. It has no creativity in it. There is no creativity in the principles of science, but in principle of management, we need a creativity. For example, principles of management can be art, science, and professional. If Mr. X performs the same jobs, will perform the same job with any other skills, and Mr. B will perform the same job with any other skills. So they perform their creativity in an organization. This was the principle of management, meaning. Now we will start Taylor's principle of scientific management. Before that, what do you mean by scientific management word? It means doing. It means taking job from other in best and cheapest way. It means we will see how the person can perform a job in their best and the cheapest manner. The scientific management principles are based on this objective only. On the basis of this guideline only, they have made an objective. Now, seriously, my first principle of scientific management is science, not rule of thumb. In this principle, the Taylor has said that science is not a rule of thumb. We need to perform a job in a very efficient manner, and he thinks that there is only one best method to perform a job. He says that we can perform a job only through the study and the analysis. He says that we need to replace rule of thumb with the scientific method. We need to firstly observe the things and experiment, and only then we need to make a decision. He is of the point of the view that any method can be done only in one efficient manner, and there is only one method that can be solved. In this picture, you will see firstly the person will observe the thing, and then he will think what questions, how this can be done, how we will complete this job, and after these questions will be rise in mind, and then he will research then how we can solve this job. Then he will make some hypothesis. This job can be done by this method, A method, B method, C method. This hypothesis will be created in his mind. After the hypothesis is created, he will experiment these methods. He will experiment the method A, method B, method C. After the experimentation, he will see how the method A is going to perform, how much time it is taking, how is B is taking time, and how is it going to perform. This data will be created in his mind or in a page. So after that, he will come to a conclusion that method B is the best method because it is taking a least time and it is the cheapest way to perform this job. So by this thing, he wants, Taylor said, a rule of thumb, yeah, you can say hit and trial method is not good. It will lead to wastage of time and material and human resources. So we need to take a work only with the one method that will be very efficient. For example, very small thing also can be done with the scientific method. For example, if you want to pack a small pigs, cardboard pigs, in iron pigs into a cardboard, even if that method can be done in an efficient manner so that it will lead to less wastage of resources and time of a person. Next is harmony, not discord. The next principle is harmony, not discord. As the word is there, harmony, not discord means harmony means we need to work done it should be in a peace and not in a chaos or haphazard manner. So, as you can see in this picture, that in center there is a manager and one side the owner and the other side the worker. Manager serve as a link. Manager will serve as the link. He is a link between owner and the worker. He serves as a link between the owner and the worker. We all know that manager is a person who will take work from the others. He does not do the job, he takes work from the others. But he should also appreciate the work of the workers. Only then the workers can perform efficiently their work. If they will not get appreciation, then they will feel that we are not doing well, we does not need to perform better because we are not getting appreciating or we are not getting reward or incentives from the manager. So he needs to appreciate the workers. Manager should resolve the conflicts between the owners and the workers. Only then the workers can perform the job well. He needs to take the roles and responsibilities from the owner and solve the jobs from the worker. Because owner is the one who will give the roles to perform to the manager and manager will take the work from the worker. Taylor thinks that there must be a mental revolution in an organization. The word mental revolution means that there must be change in thinking of the manager and the worker. Change in thinking of means that managers should share their business profits with the workers so that they feel motivated that we are important in an organization. And the other hand, workers should also not go on a strike again and again for demanding their needs. They also need to cooperate with the manager. For example, in a Japanese culture, students, there is a patternistic style of Japanese management is followed. In Japanese, if the workers want to go on strike, they wear a black badge on their hand. That means they are on strike. But they do not stop their work to be performed. They do perform their work, come on factory and work even for extra hours so that they can gain sympathy of the managers and their needs are fulfilled by the managers by seeing that how the workers are performing even after they are not fulfilled or they are not motivated from us or not satisfied with us. So that style of Japanese culture must be followed in every organization so that there is a link between owner and the workers. My next cooperation, not individualism. In this, as we all know that a work can be done more better than individual will perform or it will done in a group. Because if an individual will work a job, he will not able to perform as better than a person will able to perform in a group. There must be a cooperation in an organization rather than a competition. In an organization, workers should cooperate with the managers and the managers should cooperate with the workers. If they both will compete each other that we are better and we are only performing the job, you are not doing anything, then he will feel demotivated and he will feel unimportant in an organization. So the cooperation should be very important and the job should be done in the group activities rather than the individual activities. Because if some person is not able to do some job, the other person can help him to do it or may suggest him that you can do it this manner. For example, if a worker is giving some suggestion to the manager should not close their ears for listening to the suggestions. The manager should listen to the suggestion. It is on own will that he will take that suggestion or not take the suggestion. But he must listen to the suggestion of the worker. If we talk about the managers and the workers, workers are always feel motivated only when they are given incentives or increase in salaries or increase in wages. But the other point of view is this also that we also need non-monetary benefits like recognition in an organization. If he will be recognized by an organization, he will always perform a better job. Next one is prosperity to increase his or her efficiency in growth. I'm showing some diagram which cases we will explain. For performing any job, that efficiency is very important. As we have discussed in starting only, that a trained person will perform better than the untrained person. In an organization, every worker do his or her own job. But that job should be given to them according to their skills or according to their competences. Every person having their own each competences within them. If you want to have the growth or increase the company's growth, so that they need to be trained. For example, firstly we need to recruit an person. After recruitment, according to the skill, we will train them for an organization because he has skills but do not know how to use that skill or he do not know how to use that skill within our organization. So we will train him with our organization and get his work done in an efficient manner. When he will train, he will perform the work better than before also, and our company will grow better than before. So this circular flow will go on so that our company can grow before earlier times. So this is very important.
ठीक है बच्चे बस कर
Yes.
ये देख के क्यों
सर
पढ़ा
नहीं,
रही
मैं
है भाई?
देख के नहीं पढ़ा रही वो एक्चुअली सर, ये वाला मैंने ना मेरा वो आईपैड बंद हो गया, फिर डायग्राम मैंने नहीं तो उसमें दिखाना था, तो करके ये डायग्राम मैंने देखा था कॉपी में से बस।
और कोई पीपल पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं है, खुद ही पढ़ाई जा रही है, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा बच्चे से। प्यूपिल पार्टिसिपेशन
यस सर,
नहीं है
सर
बच्चे।
एक्चुअली मैंने ना ये थर्ड वाले डायग्राम में, ये वाले डायग्राम में उनसे पूछवाना था, लेकिन वो आईपैड बंद हो गया तो मैं पूछ नहीं पाई।
नहीं तो इतनी लेट 20 मिनट के बाद पूछवाना था, इससे पहले कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा ही नहीं 20
सर एक
मिनट
क्वेश्चन
में।
बीच में पूछना था, बट मैं वो जल्दी जल्दी में स्किप हो गया बीच में। मैंने कॉपी में लिखा है क्वेश्चन, बट मैं थोड़ा हो गया।
बच्चे तो सो
यस सर,
जाएंगे तब तक। और ये लेसन प्लान 5 भेजा है मुझे,
यस सर।
तो आज तो 25 होना चाहिए लेसन प्लान।
25th सर,
हाँ।
मैंने तो अभी कॉपी मेंटेन करनी शुरू की है। लेसन मैक्रो लेसन्स तो मैंने अभी 5th बनाया है सर।
और ये अनाउंसमेंट में आपने बोला है कि हम साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट के बारे
यस
में
सर।
पढ़ेंगे, है ना? लेकिन लेसन प्लान के ऊपर क्या लिखा हुआ है?
प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट।
तो प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट तो आपने पहले 5 मिनट में करवा
ठीक है
दिया।
सर, मैं उसमें प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट लिख देती हूँ सर, तो सेंड कर दो।
और मैंने कहा था कि अगर पीपीटी दिखाते हो लेसन प्लान में तो मुझे पीपीटी भेजा करो साथ में।
ओके सर, मैं भेज दूंगी, मेरे को पता नहीं था सर, मैं भेज दूंगी। मैंने स्लाइड्स मतलब स्लाइड्स ही दिखाई थी इन द फॉर्म, तो मैं उसको वो आपको भेज दूंगी सर, ठीक है?
हाँ, तो वो जो स्लाइड्स दिखाई हैं वो इसमें
यस सर,
लगाई हैं
कॉपी में सर
कॉपी
मैंने
में।
लगाई हुई है, हाँ जी। जो स्टार्टिंग में एक साइंस नॉट रूल ऑफ थंब और नीचे साइंटिफिक मेथड का वो बनाया हुआ है ऑब्जर्वेशन वाला चार्ट, ये स्लाइड दिखाई थी। सेकंड वाली सर प्रिंट आउट वो मेरे से बन नहीं रहा था, तो मैं उसका अपने नेचर प्रिंट आउट निकाल के यहाँ पे लगा दूंगी, तो मैं यहाँ पे लिख दिया था, तो वो मैं निकाल नहीं पाई थी टाइम की शॉर्टेज की वजह से। थर्ड वाले की सर मैंने बना के लगा दिया था, कॉपरेशन नॉट इंडिविजुअलिज्म का वो।
बच्चे टाइम की शॉर्टेज क्यों है, मुझे बात समझ में नहीं आई। हफ्ते में एक बार बारी आनी है आपकी, तो टाइम
नहीं
की
सर, मैंने
शॉर्टेज
ये
कैसे हो
लेसन
गई?
प्लान परसों रात को मेंटेन किया था, तो कल मैं मॉर्निंग में।
नहीं, अब चाहे आप आज रात बनाते इसको।
सर को प्रिंट आउट निकालना होता है ना
मुझे
मॉर्निंग
तो
में,
लेसन प्लान अच्छा
मॉर्निंग
चाहिए
में
था।
क्लास होती है सर।
मुझे तो लेसन प्लान अच्छा
सर
चाहिए।
बस वो एक ही पेज नहीं प्रिंट किया, बाकी सब मैंने बना दिया था, उस पर लगा दिया था, एक रह गया था बस, वो मेरे से बन नहीं रहा था।
चलो ठीक है। नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट भाई 89 के बाद कौन है?
Good morning, ma'am.
Today we are going to start with very interesting topic. But before starting the topic, I will ask few questions. If you know the answer, just raise your hands and don't give collective responses. Students, look at the screen and tell what is the name of this Indian cricket player?
MS Dhoni.
MS Dhoni.
Yes, very good. It's MS Dhoni. Now look at the second picture and tell what they are doing.
They are discussing
Yes, they are discussing or
Planning.
planning.
they are discussing or you can say planning. Students, what we call the person under the guidance of which they all are planning to achieve the target.
Leader. Top level.
Yes?
Leader.
Leader.
Yes, very good. Leader or captain. So, leader. And what we call the ability of a person to lead a group for the purpose of achieving common goals.
Leadership.
Leadership.
Yes, very good.
Leadership.
Friends, it's called leadership ability. Leadership ability. The students, today we are going to start with the topic leadership and qualities of good leaders. Qualities of good leaders. On your notebooks. Leadership indicates the ability of a individual. Ability of an individual to influence others. Leadership is the ability of a person to influence others to achieve common goals of the organization. Common goals of organization. So, who is a leader? Leadership, indicates the ability of an individual, to influence others so that the other person may work in collaboration to achieve the common goals of the organization. So, a leader must have the ability to influence others so that the other persons may work in order to achieve the targets of the organization. Okay, students, leadership is a continuous process. Now, students, when we talk about the success of any organization, we cannot say without the successful leaders. Success of any organization is not possible without the leaders. When we say about the success of Tata Group, the first name that strikes our mind is, look at your screen. The first name that strikes our mind when we talk about the success of Tata Group is, whose picture is shown in the video or in the picture? It's Ratan Tata. And when we talk about the success of Microsoft, then we cannot consider it without Bill Gates, the leader of Microsoft. And when we talk about the success of PepsiCo, we cannot consider that success without considering the name of one of its successful leader, Indra Nooyi. Students, when we talk about the success of Reliance Group, whose name strikes in your mind? Who is the leader of Reliance Group?
Mr. Ambani.
Yes, very good, Ambani. So students, we can say that without great leaders, the success of any organization is not possible. It is the leader who leads the organization to success. Okay, students, have you written on your notebooks the meaning of leadership? Should I rub it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Write down the definition of leadership according to George R. Terry. George R. Terry. George R. Terry says that leadership is the activity of influencing others to strive willingly activities of influencing others to strive willingly for common goals. George R. Terry says that leadership is the activity of influencing others. It is the activity of influencing others in such a way that they should strive willingly. They strive willingly for the common goals of the organization. Leader should not force the workers to work as per his directions. He influenced the person in such a manner that they are willingly striving to achieve the organizational goals. Have you written the definition on your notebooks?
Yes, ma'am.
Now students, we will start with the qualities of a good leader. What should be the qualities of good leaders? Is it visible to you? The first quality is physical qualities. Physical qualities refers to the height, weight, and physical attributes of a leader. Students, look at the picture. I have shown 2 pictures on screen and tell me who would be a good leader. The first one or the second one? Who would be a good leader? Just a guess.
First one.
Yes, everyone is saying that first will be the good leader.
It is not necessary that
Second one.
Yes,
He
very
is a-
good. On the basis of physical attributes of a person, we cannot judge its leadership ability. But it is a fact that fit person, the person with sound physical features attracts more persons. But it is not the final criteria to judge the leadership ability of a person. It is just first step to identify the leadership ability of a person. But we have to consider all other features of a leader to be a leader. But if you want to be a leader, you should be a person with a sound mind and healthy body. Okay, students, is the point clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Move further. Now the second point is, second feature of a leader is the leader must be confident person. The leader must be confident person. He must be able to take risks so that only then he can become a good leader. Students, I will show you to do flashcards. One person is saying to every situation, I can't do it. And the other is saying, I can. Out of these two, who will be a good leader? The first one or the second one who is saying to every situation, I can?
Second one.
Yes, very good. Second one, because he is ready to take responsibility and is confident. He is positive minded. So leader should be positive minded. He should have to convert I can't into I can. He has the ability to convert in adverse situation into his favor. You can see on the picture there are 2
ठीक है
ladies.
बच्चे,
One
बात
is
कर
looking
सकते
more confident and the other
बस
is
कर।
looking somewhat nervous. So the confidence level of a leader must be high so that only then he can lead the organization into a successful manner.
हाँ ठीक है बच्चे, बस कर श्वेता।
Next feature of leadership is
श्वेता सर कह रहे हैं बस करो.
श्वेता सर कह रहे हैं बस करो.
ओ बस कर।
yes,
ये पढ़ा इतना ज्यादा मस्त हो गई, इन्हें सुनी नहीं रही आवाज।
yes sir.
हाँ ठीक है, बस कर, बहुत
Thank you,
बढ़िया,
sir.
बहुत अच्छा करा है। ठीक है बच्चे, वेरी गुड।
Thank you, sir.
नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट
हाँ जी
बच्चे।
सर। गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट।
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Students, today we are going to learn about very interesting topic. But before that, I will ask you a few questions. And on the basis of these questions, I will introduce my topic. So don't give me collective response, just raise your hands. My first question is, which function of management is related to filling and keeping filled the vacant positions in an organization?
Staffing.
Yes, very good. Very good, Herman. When there is any vacancy arise in an organization, then how will a company can communicate its message to general public?
Advertisement. Advertisement.
Very good. What do we call the process of searching for prospective employees for filling the vacant positions?
Recruitment.
Yes. So students, today we are going to learn about recruitment and its sources. Recruitment and its sources. Students, open your notebooks and write down the meaning. First of all, understand the meaning of recruitment. Recruitment refers to the process of finding possible candidates for job. It is a process in which company finds the prospective employees for filling the vacant position. It is the linkage activity. It is a linkage activity between job seekers and the company. It means that recruitment is the linkage activity and brings together those who wants jobs, who wants to do job, and those and the company who is having vacant positions in their organization. So recruitment is the process of searching prospective employees, searching prospective employees, and stimulating them to do the job. It is a process of searching prospective employees and then stimulating them to apply for the jobs. This is the meaning of recruitment. Now, write down the definition in your notebooks. Write down the definition according to William B. and A. Davis. Recruitment is the process of finding capable employees, capable applicants or employees. Recruitment is the process of finding capable applicants and employees. The process begins when recruits are sought and ends when their applicants are submitted. Students, it means that recruitment is the process of finding capable applicants or employees. It is a process of finding employees for the job, and this process begins when recruits are sourced. This process begins when the organization passes the message to the public or within the organization to recruit some person, and ends when their applicants are submitted. This process ends when the candidates pass their applications to the organization and the applications are submitted, then the process of recruitment ends. Have you written this definition on your notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, students, we will do the sources of recruitment. Sources of recruitment. First source of recruitment, there are two sources of recruitment, and the first one is internal source. Students, first source of recruitment is internal sources. When an organization has a vacancy in their company, then it can recruit some person from internal sources. Internal sources means from within the organization. It can recruit some person from within the organization. It don't needs to go anywhere else. Because the capable staff is within the organization. So it will recruit the persons from within the organization. It means from internal sources. Under internal sources, there is transfers. Transfers, students, it means shifting of persons. It means shifting of persons from one job to another. It is shifting of persons from one job to another without any changes in his responsibilities. All the shifting of persons from one job to another. It is a shifting of an employee from one job to another without any change in responsibility. So there is an example like shifting of a manager from one branch to another. There is no any change in the responsibility of a manager. The responsibility remains same. Another example is when there is an manager in HR department. He is capable enough. He is well qualified person. When there is any vacancy arise in production department, the HR department is shifted to production department. He will become the manager of production department because he is capable enough. He has the qualities. He has all the qualifications required to do a job in production manager. So this is the horizontal shift of position. Transfer is a horizontal shift of positions from one job to another. The manager of HR department becomes the manager of production department. So it is a horizontal shift. Keep one thing in mind: when there is overstaffing, transfer is helpful in overstaffing. It means when the company is having overstaffing means the number of persons employed in a company is more, but it required less workers. So the company shifts employees from the overstaffing department to the department where there is a need of the employees. The second is removes the problem of understaffing. Understaffing here means when there is a need, like in my example, manager of HR department becomes manager of production department. There is understaffing in production department. The manager of production department may left the organization or maybe any reason, so the position is vacant. Then HR department is shifted to HR department, manager of HR department is shifted to production department because there is a vacancy arise there, and then there is a shifting of job. The next point is,
ठीक है बच्चे, बस कर मानसी, बस कर। बच्चे बाकी सारा ठीक है, लेकिन जो ਤੁਸੀਂ ब्लैक बोर्ड पे लिखते हो उदों फिर ब्लैक।
हाँ जी सर, ना थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी वो सेटअप के कारण, क्योंकि ना आज थोड़ा चेंज किया था।
हाँ, तो जब आप ब्लैक बोर्ड पे लिख रहे हो ना, तब ब्लैक बोर्ड आप कवर कर रहे हो।
आज सर थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी वो सेटअप की।
हाँ, बाकी ठीक है बच्चे, सर आपका।
थैंक यू सर।
Good morning, students. Today we will start with an interesting topic. But before this, I will ask you a few questions. Okay, you have to reply. So, name the place from where you buy goods.
Market.
Right, it's market. Very good. So, what you pay to the shopkeeper for goods?
Money. Price of product.
Right. Money, price of product or cash. Right. So, how a shopkeeper come to know about the profit and loss? That how at the end of the year, that how much he earned profit or loss?
Balance sheet. Through balance sheet.
Financial
managing
statement. Account.
Right, it's production statement or by maintaining records. Okay, by maintaining records. So which account or book a businessman maintains for cash records?
Cash statement.
Cash
Cash.
statement. Please listen the question carefully. I will
Cash.
repeat it again. Right, cash book. I have asked you that which account or book a businessman maintains for the cash records. Right, very good, it's cash book. So students, today we will start with the topic cash book. So we will start with its meaning. The meaning of cash book is a book that keeps a record of transactions of cash receipt and cash payment, of cash receipt and cash payment is called cash book. The number of transactions related to cash is usually very large, hence a separate book is maintained to keep such transactions which is recorded in cash book, which are recorded in cash book. So students, the meaning of cash book is that cash book is a kind of book or account that keeps a record. It keeps or takes a record of transactions. Transactions are of those that happened in the company or a business. Transactions are related to cash payment or cash receipt. Transactions of cash receipt. If a businessman sell something, he will receive the cash. So the entry of this will be kept in the cash book. So cash receipt and cash payment. If the businessman pay any kind of cash to a customer or to anyone from where he bought the goods, then the entry of cash payment will also be recorded in the cash book. It's called cash book. Okay, students? So a book that keeps a record of transactions related to cash receipt or cash records are recorded in a cash book. So the number of transactions in a company or in a business, there are a lot of transactions that happen throughout the year. So number of transactions related to cash. Number of transactions related to cash is usually very large. There are various entries that occurred in the business. So there many entries are recorded in cash book. Hence a separate book. A separate book and a single book is maintained to keep such transactions. So many entries happened in the business. So all these entries are recorded in cash book. But keep in mind the thing that all the cash entries are recorded in cash book only. Okay, which are recorded in cash book. Okay, students, is meaning clear to you? Should I move to its definition? Yes, students. I have told that all the cash entries are recorded in cash book. Okay, all the cash payments or cash receipt. So student, now we will do its definition. So the definition of cash book is according to Collins Dictionary, according to Collins Dictionary, a cash book is a book in which all cash receipt and expenditures, all cash receipt and expenditure are recorded. It records the amount received. It records the amount received on daily basis or balanced regularly. So student, the definition of cash book according to Collins Dictionary is a cash book is a book. A cash book is a kind of book in which all cash receipt, as I had told you earlier in the meaning that all the entries related to cash receipt or cash payment are recorded in. This thing is same given in the definition. That a cash book is a book in which all cash receipt and expenditure. Receipt is what a businessman received, or the expenditure what he had paid in his business are recorded in it. Okay, it records the amount
amount is the payment or the cash. It record all kind of amount received on daily basis. Keep in mind that in cash book it includes the daily entry. The amount that is received daily or daily basis is recorded in cash book. Suppose an entry occurred on 1st January, so the businessman has to record it on January 1st. And if an entry occurred on 2nd January, he had to record it on 2nd January. So, or balance regularly. It is the duty of the businessman, or he uses to balance the cash book regularly. He daily keep the entries and balance it regularly on the daily basis. Okay, student, is the meaning definition clear to you? Yes, students. Okay, now we will do its features. So the first feature is chart visible to you? Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first feature of cash book is daily records. So the cash book transactions are recorded daily in a cash book. It helps to maintain a regular record of cash receipt and cash payments. It means to say that the cash transactions are recorded on daily basis. A businessman had to record the transactions daily without any stop. So it helps to maintain a regular record. It keeps, as I had told you in definition, that it maintains a daily record or regular record on daily basis, which includes the cash receipt as well as cash payment. So the second point is determine cash in hand. So it provides a clear picture of the remaining balance or cash in hand left with the organization. Suppose an organization sold something or purchased something. He will do the entry on daily basis, and at the end of the day or at the end of the year, a businessman will come to know that what cash is left in his hand or the balance of the organization. Okay, students. So the third point is saves time, cost and labor. Time includes it does not mean that it includes the wastage of time, or cost is the payment the businessman has to pay to its employees, and labor is he had to appoint an employee. So it includes that a businessman need not to appoint an employee or cashier if he will records the cash entries daily. Moreover, it saves time, cost and labor. If a businessman records the entries by his own hand, he need not to appoint an employee. If he will do the entries regularly or daily basis or daily, so there is no need to choose an employee or appoint an employee. So it saves the time of the businessman. Cost is the payment that he had to pay to the employee that he appointed for his job, for the cash, for maintaining the cash book, or the labor. Labor is the same thing that an employee he has selected for this purpose. So next point is less chance of fraud. So a businessman maintains record on daily basis, so there is less chance of fraud, because he entered the entry by his own hand. If he will choose an employee for this purpose or for maintaining the record of cash book, then the employee can make any kind of fraud. He can do the wrong entry. How many kinds of fraud can be occurred? There are many kinds of record that are occurred. First of all, he can do the wrong entry. Moreover, he can he can enter the payment wrongly. Suppose the sale occurred of 10,000 rupees, he can enter the 8,000 rupees slip, or any kind of fraud that can be occurred by the employee. If a businessman records all the entries by his own on daily basis, he need not to appoint an employee, and there will be less chances of fraud, as he will do his.
ठीक है बच्चे, बस कर.
Okay sir. Sir, एक फ्लैश कार्ड.
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚਾर्ट, हाँ फ्लैश कार्ड भी
हाँ
दिखा दो, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਚਾर्ट ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ. फ्लैश कार्ड.
सर फ्लैश कार्ड भी आप पहुंची नहीं सी सर इस पॉइंट पे हजे.
फ्लैश कार्ड कॉपी च लगाया
सर? हाँ जी लगाया कॉपी पे.
हाँ लगाया. की है फ्लैश कार्ड, बड़ा पास करो थोड़ा जिहा.
सर सेम लगाया कॉपी.
ठीक है. ਚਾਰਟ ਦਿਖਾਓ ਬੱਚੇ। ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਚਾਰਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਕਵਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਿਆ
हाँ जी सर।
ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਔਰ ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਹੈ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਫੀਚਰਸ ਆਫ ਕੈਸ਼ ਬੁੱਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਚ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ
ਸਰ ਉਹ
ਉੱਪਰ।
ਫਿਰ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਸਰ ਚਾਰਟ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਸੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਟਾਈਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਦੀ ਖੜ ਕੇ ਦਿਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਰਿਹਾ, ਫਿਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਚਾਰਟ ਆ ਸੈੱਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਰ, ਮਤਲਬ ਬੜਾ ਬੜਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਦਿਖੇ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਫੀਚਰਸ ਦਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਇਸੀ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਦਾ ਅਗਰ
हाँ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਪੂਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਨ ਚ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ
ठीक है सर।
ਸੀਗਾ।
हाँ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਹਾਂ ਇਸੇ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਦਾ। ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਣਾ ਕੀ ਸੀ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨੀਚੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਪੇਸ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਣੀ ਸੀ ਆਪਣੀ,
ठीक है सर। हाँ
ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਔਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਮੋਟਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ।
ठीक है सर। सर नेक्स्ट
ठीक है।
टाइम।
ਔਰ ਦੂਸਰੀ
हाँ
ਗੱਲ,
जी
ਹਾਂ ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ 'ਚ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਛੱਡੀ ਹੈ, ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਦਿਖਾਓ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਮਾੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ।
सर लेफ्ट।
ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲੈਫਟ, ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਛੱਡੀ
हाँ
ਹੋਈ
जी
ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪਲੈਨਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਸੀਗੀ ਬਸ, ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੋਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ
हाँ
ਕਰਦੇ, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡਿਵਾਈਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੋਰ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ,
ठीक है।
ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆ ਔਰ ਥਰਡ ਫੋਰਥ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਹੈ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਡਿਟਰਮਿਨਿੰਗ ਕੈਸ਼
हाँ
ਇਨ
जी
ਹੈਂਡ, ਇਹ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਲਾਈਨ 'ਚ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ,
ठीक है सर। हाँ जी
है
हाँ
ना। कैश बुक भी वो अगे चला जाता है, कॉस्ट एंड लेबर भी अगे चला जाता, लेस चांस ऑफ फ्रॉड भी ऊपर चला जाता
हाँ जी
नाल
हाँ
ही
जी
ਉਹਦੇ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਥੋੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ लगना
ठीक
ਸੀ।
है सर।
ठीक है,
ठीक है।
हाँ हाँ। बाकी अच्छा, ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਰਬ
हाँ
ਕਰਦੇ
जी
ਆ ਨਾ, ਹਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਹਟਾਓ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬਸ। ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਲੈਕ ਬੋਰਡ ਨੂੰ ਰਬ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੁੱਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ,
सर की नहीं करना।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਚੁੱਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਬੋਲਦੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ।
अच्छा सर ठीक है।
ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ, ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਣੋ। ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਲੈਕ ਬੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਲਿਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਰਬ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਤਾਂ 3 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਚੁੱਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ।
ठीक है सर।
ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਚੁੱਪ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਆ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ 네ਗੇਟਿਵ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਉਹ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਚੁੱਪ
ठीक है
ਰਹਿਣਾ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਹਾਂ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਲੈਸਨ ਪਲਾਨ ਬੱਚੇ ਕਾਪੀ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਖਿਆ।
सर। हाँ जी सर, मैं लिख रही हूँ लेसन प्लान, हजे तक पहुंची नहीं है तो इसलिए रफ के बनाया।
ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਕੰਮ
ठीक है
ਨੂੰ, ਹੈ
सर।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। हाँ चलो ठीक है बच्चे, वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा।
Good morning, students.
Morning, ma'am.
मॉर्निंग मैम।
Okay. First of all, I would ask few questions. Don't give collective response. Just raise your hand and answer me. Now, my first question is, why does a person earn money?
For livelihood
Yes. Good.
and other wishes he want to fulfill.
Yes. Yes. Good, Pooja. Now, my next question is, what a person do to increase money? Yes. Anybody?
Work hard work.
Okay. Some other response from you side?
Can the organization
Please repeat the answer, Pooja.
can change the organization also? As
Can
if he was-
expand. Can expand.
Yes, can expand or doing investment in some business, or we can say that we can change the business. Now, my last question is, tell me the process of investment which he can do in long-term assets or fixed assets. Yes,
Capital
anybody?
investment.
Hanji?
Capital investment.
Capital investment on fixed asset. Okay, capital investment. So now, after getting partial response, today we will learn about fixed capital. Its features and its factors. Now open your notebooks and write the meaning of fixed capital. Meaning. Fixed capital, fixed capital is a is an investment in long-term assets, or we can say that fixed assets. Here there is two important points. Fixed capital is that investment that a person do in fixed assets or long-term assets. Now here there is a long-term asset, but a long-term asset that you can use for a longer period of time. For example, plant and machinery, land and building. I hope you understand the meaning of fixed capital. Yes, anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now give me one example of long-term asset or fixed asset that you can use in your organization.
Land.
Machinery.
Yes. Good, Harman. Now I will explain the factors affecting fixed capital. Factors affecting fixed capital. Now my first factor is nature of business. Nature of business. In this, nature of business decides the requirement of fixed capital. It is basically two types of business: trading business and manufacturing business. I will explain with the help of flashcard. Is it visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there is a business organization that is trading company which focuses to purchase and sale of goods and services that requires less fixed capital as compared to manufacturing company. We can say that this is a large organization which requires first to produce the product and then sell to the wholesaler. So it requires more fixed capital, or we can say that more machinery and more plant and building required to produce the product in this organization. So we can say that trading company requires less fixed capital or manufacturing company requires more fixed capital. I hope you understand the first factor. Yes, anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I will ask, now tell me which companies require more fixed capital?
Manufacturing.
Yes, good, Harman. Now my second factor is scale of operations. Scale of operations. Scale of operations indicates that whether a business is expanded on a small scale of business or big scale of business. So we can say that if a business is conducted on a small scale basis, then it requires less fixed capital. If business organization has large or big scale of operation, then it requires more fixed capital. More fixed capital. I will explain with the help of flashcard. Is it visible to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
थोड़ा सा ऊपर
Now,
कर दो.
ठीक है? अब ठीक है?
Yes.
Okay. Now, cotton industry is a very big industry. So we can say that there are various departments, Department 1, Department 2 and Department 3. All departments require land, require plant and machinery, Department 1 and Department 2 or Department 2. Or we can say that big organization requires have large scale of operation. So we can say that cotton industry or big organization requires more fixed capital to produce a cotton. So we can say that it requires more land and building or more plant and machinery to satisfy the needs of the consumer. I hope you understand the second feature.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now tell me which organization requires more fixed capital,
Large
Yes,
industries.
or we can say that where scale of operation is very large. Now my third its third factor is
ਬੱਚੇ
Okay,
ਬਸ ਕਰ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸੁਣ ਇੱਕ ਨਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੀ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਪੁਆਇੰਟ
sir।
ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸਰ।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ 2 ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਕਰਵਾ ਲਓ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਟ੍ਰੇਡਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਮੈਨੂਫੈਕਚਰਿੰਗ ਫਿਰ ਸਮਾਲ ਐਂਡ ਲਾਰਜ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ 2 ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਕਰਾ ਲਏ 2 ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ
ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ
ਸਰ।
ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਸੈਕਸ਼ਨਲ ਰੀਕੈਪਚੁਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਪੂਰੇ ਸੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਪੁਆਇੰਟਾਂ ਦੀ ਰੀਕੈਪਚੁਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਲਈ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹੁਣੇ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਹੈ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸਰ।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ हाँ बाकी तेरा पढ़ाने का तरीका बच्चे अच्छा है लेकिन जेडे ये फ्लैश कार्ड बनाए ने ना कोई चार्ट नहीं
नहीं
बनाया
सर।
ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕਾਰਡ ਬਣਾਏ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਪਲਾਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਨਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦਿਖਾਓ ਟ੍ਰੇਡਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਮੈਨੂਫੈਕਚਰਿੰਗ ਵਾਲਾ
ਸਰ
ਹਾਂ ਦਿਖਾ ਹਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਐਫਸੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਫਿਕਸਡ कैपिटल पूरा लिखना है ठीक है और दूसरा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग देखो अपन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तोड़ के लिखना पिया
हाँ जी सर।
ਇਹਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਲ ਲੱਭਣਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਈ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਨ ਚ ਲਿਖੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਪੂਰਾ ਮੈਨੂਫੈਕਚਰਿੰਗ ਆ ਜਾਏ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸਰ।
ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਹੌਰੀਜ਼ੌਂਟਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੀਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸਰ।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਕਡੋਨਲਡ ਵਾਲਾ ਲਗਾਇਆ ਬੱਚੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਐਂਡ
ਸਰ।
ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਤੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਦਿਖਾਓ ਹਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਕਲਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ
तो कलर के अंदर नहीं पता नहीं
है ना बिना कलर का लोगो फिर मैकडॉनल्ड का
ठीक है
लोगो
सर
नहीं
मैं
ना
कर दूंगी
है ना हाँ बाकी चल जाना सी सारा लेकिन मैकडॉनल्ड जो अपने लोगो बनाना है कोई तो वो तो फिर वो दे उसी कलर च होना चाहिए बच्चे
ठीक है सर।
हाँ बाकी बहुत अच्छा बच्चे
ठीक है
लेसन प्लान करा हाँ गुड गुड चलो